trying to be in the music industry and fighting for a billboard hit and being the number one thing trending on YouTube and Grammy winning and all that shit is like, nah, I'm not into that. I've been off of that for a minute now.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people maybe don't know, but it's like, now y'all do know. You see, like, I'm chasing that shit. I'm not sweating that shit. I've gotten enough validation for myself as an artist from working with Drake, being in the studio with Mariah Carey, getting nominated by the Grammys, working with all the producers, Metro Boomin, and all these people, having fans all over the world sing my songs and tell me they love my art and all that shit. Is like, you know, I'm thankful, very validated with that. It makes me feel great. And it's like, you know, I'm not out here doing it no more for trying to get that recognition or trying to get that validation to help my self-confidence or anything like that. So
I need a beam. I just want a beam. I am not a blogger, but I'm a daily chief.
It's a wild day, man. I wish it wasn't under these kind of circumstances, but obviously, you know, are there any special DMX moments that kind of stand out to you?
I mean, DMX is a big part of my childhood, so it's like I've witnessed a lot of DMX, from the Backstage movie to Rough Riders Anthem to him and Aaliyah to Romeo Must Die to Cradle to the Grave. You know what I'm saying? Just all the different things that he did was very impactful. I love his music. You know, it's just he's just, you know, he's a legend, but it's very sad. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, so many of the greats in entertainment and in hip hop and stuff, you know, struggle with, you know, a lot of things, and it's just really like, it's no help for them ever. And then, you know, they'll tease you while you're alive and try to downplay you, and then when you die, everybody comes out the woodwork with how great you are to them. But just, you know, when you were in need of help, nobody reached out. So not to say that may have happened with him, but I'm just saying that's just what I've noticed is the current thing in hip hop when acts like this die. You know, when they hear in their prime, we love them. When they start falling back, people start dissing them and saying they not impactful, they wasn't this, they wasn't that, they trash. And then when they pass away, everybody comes back all, oh my God, best, greatest, all that shit. So, you know, it's a recurrent thing I keep seeing with hip hop, and it's sad. But I am happy DMX got to do that versus and, you know, stuff like that, and got to see, you know, people really appreciate him and fuck with him and stuff.
Well, on a kind of a lighter note, just to get to know you a little bit better, what's a day for iLoveMakonnen in 2021 like? Just a random day, whether it's work, whether it's just an off day, whatever you kind of go through.
Let's see. I get up, drink water. Thank God for, you know, waking me back up. Then I get back to the grind of whether if I'm working on iLoveMakonnen stuff or my merch stuff that I'm doing with this Martha's World stuff. I'm always working on music, talking with other artists and producers in my little field that I'm working with. I live in Portland, Oregon now.
Okay.
So I'd be getting in touch with my scene here and the people, and, you know, just staying busy, staying working, staying productive. Not really I don't know. You know, the world is a crazy time right now. So I'm just maneuvering through the times, you know, but I don't have a normal schedule because the world hasn't been too normal lately.
Very true. What's the best water? Are you very partial to specific brands? Are you filtered up, Brita lifestyle?
I like distilled water.
Okay.
You know, like, yeah, that's just my favorite water. I don't know why. I think because I grew up drinking it, so it's the water that I like the most. And so I usually get like a gallon of distilled water, but I like a lot of different brands. I like Essentia a lot. That's really good.
What's the worst? Is it Agreeably? Is it Dasani?
I I can't say. Dasani may want to throw that check over me.
Right, very true. I don't want to mess that up for you.
No, but yeah, I can't say. The worst water is just dirty water.
Very true, very true. What were days for you back in like 2010, 2012 before things were really what they are now?
Wow, 2010, 2012. That was just a lot of at-home house arrest, grinding. Online. I was working on my blog at the time. I was doing like iLoveMakonnen.blogspot, where I would interview as many people of walks of life that inspired me. I'd just be online I had a whole bunch of dogs at the time, a whole bunch of pit bulls. So I was literally like taking care of them. So DMX is very impactful there with me again with pit bulls, because like I've had over probably 15 pit bulls in my time so far. But when I was living in Atlanta, like 2010, 2012, I had like, from the least amount, it was like 3, but sometimes there'll be puppies and stuff, and we get up to like 11 dogs. So I got like 11 dogs at the house I got to get back to and feed. I got to feed puppies. I got to feed the adults. I got to feed the grandma, take everybody on walks. So I was running like a full a dog shelter. So I was just like, making sure my animals were good. And then at night I get to work on my music and stuff. And, that was just pretty much it. It was like daytime. I'm up like at 4:30 to go let the dogs out, feed them. Then I try to get back to bed and come way back up like at 7:30. Then I got to take the dogs on walks. And then after that, during the daytime, I tried to spend some computer time doing my blog spot, searching for new acts, bands, designers, CEOs of shoe companies, all type of shit. And then at night, after the day has settled down, I get to my keyboard and just start banging on there trying to make some jams.
Right. Are there, being out in Portland, do you see a lot of similarities in between scenes in Portland and Atlanta? Or is it still kind of like Atlanta's a hotbed? And I know there's a lot of talent out there in Portland as well. But do you see any like similarities or any parallels to those scenes?
They used to call Atlanta Black Portland. So it's like you have all these different types of people, but they're like, goth, just all these different type of cultures, subcultures and stuff. And so here in Portland, there's a lot of that. And it's mostly, but more white people and Asians and Latino and stuff. And in Atlanta, you had, a big influx of Black people there. And so you can see the parallels of like, you got so many white people here and they all have these different vibes of whatever they're doing. And then you have Atlanta and they all have their different vibes. So it's like, you can see the parallels of like, oh, this is just not just but it's like, oh, I see Atlanta out here, even though it's more white people that are doing the same sort of thing. But it's then, like they love food, beer, marijuana, arts, culture, crafting, what I'm saying? Creativity. So it's like both of those places, I see that there, the just the overflow of creativity in so many different forms, from every type of art style, from music to painting to writing, poetry, filming, director. It's just so many artists. It's like
full spectrum, kind of covering all the bases. Are there some up and comers that you've been working with out there that you are really tapping in with consistently, or is it just kind of feeling it out as it goes? I'm feeling out as it goes. I've checked in with a lot of artists and given them good advice and inspiration and encouragement. But that's sort of been about it, because I've taken a back seat for a minute on releasing music myself, but now I'm back in the driver's seat, so I'm back to getting stuff going. I saw a couple of the loose releases on SoundCloud. Do you consider those just kind of drafts, or are you just kind of giving people a little taste of what's to come, or is that just kind of just fucking around and doing what you love?
It's like on the Martha's World SoundCloud?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are just old Makonnen songs from 2017. Just my past stuff, but it's like these aren't fully finished songs. You know what I'm saying? This is just showing you the process of how I make a song, which is like, it's me freestyling the song. Like I didn't come in with the the hook yet or nothing. It's like I'm freestyling, making the hook, making the verses right here on the spot. So it's very unpolished, a lot of, just raw creativity, raw painting. And I just wanted to share that with, my fans or people interested in my art, because it's like that's a big part of my art. And that's the way I sort of make my style. And so if you can appreciate those, then you'll be able to appreciate the next releases, the more polished up stuff. You can see where I've come from, how I've grown, etc. But a lot of that stuff was really like a lot from 2016. I mean, all my music has really been like a diary of myself and expressing myself of what I'm going through. But a lot of that music from 2016 to 2019 is like fully just, I'm not even trying to make a song. I'm just really venting on the track.
Right.
So it's therapeutic for me. But now I've gotten into, all right, let me rework some stuff and get them into full song mode.
Is Portland your favorite city that you've lived in? Or
It's
does it just fit? It just fits the life right now.
Yeah, it more so fits the life right now. I love it. I love Atlanta. Atlanta's one of my favorite cities I lived in because I'm from Atlanta, grew up there. I love New York. You know what I mean? That's one of my favorite places. I used to always act like I was from New York. You know what I mean? That's how much I was love New York. So, I just appreciate all the different places for the different things they give me. And I love to just interact with the people of different walks of life, different places, and, be able to, just soak in as much as I can as a traveler. I like to use my life as like a pioneer traveler, somebody that's just going out in the world to go and see it for themselves. And hopefully when I'm an old man and I have, my grandkids or, whoever on my farmland or whatever, I can tell them stories about, I remember club went up on a Tuesday back in whenever.
Yeah. Bro, I mean, so I got introduced to you by one of my buddies, Mark Giro. He did some art for you.
Oh yeah, I know Mark.
Yeah. Good, great dude. I've been friends with him my entire life, and he showed me you probably around like 2014, 2015, and I was like, what the fuck? And bro, you have a stellar catalog, man. Like,
thank you, I appreciate it.
When you kind of had your moment on Twitter where you were saying how you didn't feel you got the credit you deserved after you came out. I think in my personal view, from a kid, just a random white kid from Ohio, I think the music has always been great. And I think, you're probably right about people kind of acting funny after you came out. But for a real fan, it didn't really ever fucking matter to us. You know what I mean? Like, we were always like, the music's still good. If you're happy and pushing to where you want to be, it's your life. That's you. And bro, you're a legend of DailyChiefers and all my friends fucking regardless. When I told my buddy we were fucking smoking over here making bread, and I was like, yo, Makonnen just DM'd me, and he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, you're a legend in our eyes, bro. You definitely are. Whether that means a lot coming from me or whoever, you know what I mean? You are a cornerstone of music. In my opinion. And I think like acoustic remix, the Rumor acoustic remix, bro, that shit is so crazy. Like Liquid Supply Daily is fire, bro. Like, I love shit like that. And I think your music and you as a person, I don't, know you from a personal standpoint, but your music made a lot of people feel really great. And it still does. And then fucking mama called me on the phone, asked me if I'm still trapping. I'm like, no, ma'am, that shit's crazy, bro. But like, I think for a long time, you went absent from social media. Was there just a reason, mental health kind of check in, or were you just tired of seeing shit on Twitter and just wanted to kind of live life?
Yeah, I was, for me, before I sort of got popular and famous, I was very withdrawn and already on house arrest and probation and not really too interactive with many different people. And then, when the success of Tuesday and stuff came and I had to start being like mandatory in people's faces and have to, interact and all that stuff, that was something very new for me. And, I was going through a lot right then. And then, going through the ups and downs of the industry and falling out with, I guess, OVL, not really even falling out, but, just us parting ways, and then the media and social media taking it and saying like, oh, it's beef, it's all this, it's all that. It's just like, I can't tell my story or nothing because people just want to hear the narrative that they want to hear. And then, I met with Lil Peep, and then we bonded real closely, and then he ended up passing away. And I was like, it's just too much, because now you have this influx of more attention of people that weren't even here just now when me and Lil Peep were rocking with each other live, and they're like, give us the album, do this and this and I and you did it and it's all, and it's like, well, all of you guys are, what I mean? It's like I'm in mourning right now over my friend who's passed away, and you guys are like making it into something else. And then I was like, yo, I need a break from all this. And then I had linked up with Juice WRLD a little bit, like in 2019. Yeah, I think he passed in 2019. Yeah. So we had linked up like around the summer and fall. And so I was starting to get back a little out, and like, all right, I can, come back out and start socializing again. And then he ended up passing away. And I was just like, man, I don't even want to be a part of this. Yeah. It's like, I can't, I'm going to end up saying something that is going to be hurtful to others because I'm hurting. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, people don't see what I'm going through, so they wouldn't get where I'm coming from. So it's like, it's best that I just withdraw myself, because I've already seen how when I'm in a emotional spiral and I say stuff, expressing myself, it ends up coming off in the wrong way. And then later on, I'm like, oh, damn, I'm sorry for that. But then it's like, you always start to cry wolf saying you're sorry after you've expressed yourself. So it's like, all right, well, bet, let me just fall back and go focus on me. And, when I have better control of myself and my emotions, I can return to this war zone.
Very true. What makes you happy? What makes Makonnen happy? Like, whether it's music or just randomly, what do you enjoy when the world is so loud and hectic?
I enjoy a lot of things. I enjoy movies, music, friends, spending time with family, websites and shit, like I love like Creative Commons or whatever. Like on YouTube, there used to be this thing called Creative Commons, and that's how I used to make a lot of my videos, where I would go and find like old stock footage or footage that's reusable, for free, and then start making my little videos and stuff around that. So like shit like that nerds me out, and I get all happy and I'm so excited, and it's like, oh, I see a whole movie in my fucking head right here. This little shit like that, taking mushrooms, fucking having my little psychedelic getaways at time, that always makes me happy.
Yeah.
And then, I just try to get back to myself, my life, understanding, like, I've had so many friends here before music that ain't even here anymore. You know what I mean? And it's like, now I'm living as a music act, and I'm seeing a lot of people that I've known in here start passing on, and it's like, man, I've got to be happy and accept the life that I have, and just be thankful and know that I'm here for a limited time only. So it's like, I spent a lot of time down, sad, angry, depressed in my life already, and it's like, I don't know how long I have left, but I don't want to spend the rest of my days like that. So I try to keep that in my mind, and that definitely brings me happiness. And, just helping others, working with new artists through any type of medium. It's a lot of clothing people in Portland that are really sick, that do some crazy stuff with the clothes and the art and stuff. And so just being around that, seeing that stuff, that stuff really makes me happy. And, making money makes me happy. Getting turned makes me happy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you think music will always be an active part of your life, or do you think you'll take, once you're done with it, you'll know, like, hey, I don't really need this anymore?
Man, music
from a listening standpoint, I feel like it'll always be a part, but like I'm making it.
Oh yeah, making is always going to be a part of my life. That's what brings me happiness. I've got more songs made that nobody's heard than songs that they've heard. So it's like, it might come off as selfish, but it's like, I'm happy just making shit and listening to it.
Yeah, that's your art.
Yeah, so that makes me happy, and I just feel like with music, I'm always going to be making stuff, because I just love to do it. It's something inside of me that wants to get out and express itself. you know, trying to be in the music industry and fighting for a Billboard hit and being the number one thing trending on YouTube and Grammy winning and all that shit is like, nah, I'm not into that. I've been off of that for a minute now.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people maybe don't know, but it's like, now y'all do know. You see, like, I'm chasing that shit. I'm not sweating that shit. I've gotten enough validation for myself as an artist from working with Drake, being in the studio with Mariah Carey, getting nominated by the Grammys, working with all the producers, Metro Boomin, and all these people, having fans all over the world sing my songs and tell me they love my art and all that shit. Is like, you know, I'm thankful, very validated with that. It makes me feel great. And it's like, you know, I'm not out here doing it no more for trying to get that recognition or trying to get that validation to help my self-confidence or anything like that. So,
well,
you know,
your music is very timeless. Maneuvering is unreal. You know, Don't Sell Molly is gonna, you know, it's always gonna go up, man. Like, I think you'll always be a legend just in music in general. But are there any collaborations that you kind of wish to happen if they haven't happened yet? Or is it kind of in the same field as we're going with the flow and whatever happens, whatever work flourishes.
I'm always open to collaborating if it's right. You know, I don't like to compromise my style for views or anything like that. So it's like, I try to remain to the art and the music. And that's one thing that's how I started, you know what I mean? And so collaborations, it's a lot of artists out there I would love to collaborate and work with. But I know a lot of people right now are chasing the success of it. And, you know, they want to be famous, successful, on Billboard, all those shiny little magnets that show, you know, whatever. And so a lot of the art is missing for me from that, because it's like, we're not really linking up to make the song. We're just linking up to, you know what I'm saying, try to get on the charts or do a TikTok. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, that's played to me. That's whack. You know what I mean? It's like, anybody can get a number one now, pay the right people, it looks like. So it's like, it don't hit to me. I like the art of it hitting and affecting people. So I like to link up with other artists, like the way Juice WRLD and Lil Peep and stuff, because I saw the way their music affects people, the way it affects me. And, you know, it's like, those are collaborations I was very into doing. And, you know, I show up for that stuff, you know what I mean? There's no dissing to nobody, but it's like, you know, it's more of a costume contest and more of a, you know, look at my little trinkets and this shit and that shit. And it's like, I'm not saying nothing. You don't know none of my songs. You just know that I'm in here with so-and-so and we got all these goddamn jewelry on. Right. And it's like, all right, anybody can do that. I want to hear some shit that's like, ooh, okay, that moved me. Bet. Now I want to work with him or her.
You've never been a big jewelry guy, have you?
Nah, it's jewelry is not, you know, I just grew up and seeing a lot of it being a target, especially coming from rougher areas and the less fortunate. And it's like, you know what I mean? Our whole block ain't got 100,000. What you doing around here with $100,000 chain on? You're going to get shot and robbed over here. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be sitting out here looking like a target. And it's like, you know, the real jewels to me is inside yourself. You got to show, you got to shine. I want to see you with that confidence without a price tag on your neck or your jewelry and all that shit. A lot of people I see take that shit off. They lose all the magic. They lose all the confidence. They lose all the power that they have. It's like, it's fake power. So it's like, I'm not here for you. I'm here for your chain. I'm just here for your rings. I'm here for your clothes. Your whatever that expensive thing is. I'm not really here for you. You take that chain off, put it over there. I'm coming over here with the chain. I'm not here for you. And so it's like, I need a motherfucker to be here for me. Well, don't be here for this chain. You want this chain? Take this chain. Take all that shit. Y'all can have all that jewelry. Get away from me. Now it's like, who really here for me? It's like, I'm here. So, you know, that's one thing I've learned and grew up with. And, you know, thank God the elders taught me stuff like that and didn't have me out here looking stupid, being a target, trying to stunt on the less fortunate when I am the less fortunate.
Damn. That's some real shit. That's some real ass shit, man. I mean, I think there is a definite separation in between the younger generation of music and the older generation. But I think even the older generation sometimes gets lost within the flaunting of all the things like that. And I know it's to showcase how far people have come, but I think the fact when you mentioned, it's people don't even have 100,000. Like, why the fuck do you want to show up with that? Like, that's a real thing. And it's only been heightened in the past year. I think a lot of people are hurting, but I think a lot of also people are looking through and to music to like get better and kind of heal, is there music that is there a certain album or a certain artist that you will always go to when you need kind of a pick me up?
Yeah, it's many different artists. It just depends on what I need picking up from. But
what if you have like that confidence in that, like, I'm going to be, I want to listen to Key someday so I could just talk my shit and swag it out. Or is it some Father, or is it even Peep or Juice? You know what I mean?
Yeah, all of them. But, I love all of their music, but I don't really listen to them because they're not because they're younger, but it's just like, I don't know. I just have an old soul where I still listen to the Delphonics and, fucking the Impressions bands and singing groups from like the 50s and 60s. And of course, like the 70s and 80s. But that's where I go to for music to get pick-me-ups and listening. Because it's like, I know y'all was going through way more bullshit, hardships than we are. And you're making things to get out of that. James Brown, that's definitely one of them. Like, James Brown will definitely change my mood and get me up and have me inspired, ready to go take over the world.
Whatever happened to the Sheraton Hotel?
I had to close it down because the partner that I had at the time, we just weren't seeing eye to eye. And, I just had to dismantle it and move on.
Gotcha.
But, yeah. So I was like, I'm just going to dead this since I'm not even trying to be running off with something that I named, but we created together. And now you know what I mean? So it's like, let's just leave where it's at. Wish you the best. If you wish me the best, great. If not, much love. But, just had to separate and go my own way.
I got you. Well, the last thing the last question is what's next for you? Seems like you're in a pretty good headspace. But yeah, I think the fans want to know what's the next move. When could we expect music? Or is that one of the good things about it? We don't know when we'll expect it and it'll just drop.
Yeah, that's probably one of the good things about it. Is we don't know when to expect it and it'll drop hopefully sooner than later. But I'm just taking my time to make sure that when I say a message that, it's going to get heard. Or not even if it's going to get heard, but I just know that the message that I said is a timeless message that can either get heard now or 30 years from now. But, music is definitely going to be coming soon. I know I've been negligent to my fans, if I may say, because it's like if my fans know me, my core fans know me from giving them like 1, 2, 3, 4 mixtapes in the fucking spring type shit. You know what I mean? It's like you ain't gave us nothing in like 2 years. So I'm working on giving you those 1, 2, 3 in the spring type thing.
I need a beat.